What's up, my comic comrades? Back in March, Marvel kicked off a new What If 5-issue miniseries centered around Miles Morales. The series explores various possible alternate versions of Miles, where instead of becoming Spider-Man, he becomes a different superhero, like Captain America, the Hulk. And the focus of today's episode, what if Miles Morales became Wolverine? So we're gonna dive into What If Miles Morales issue 2 and see what it might look like if he rocked adamantium claws. On a separate note, we're now 4 episodes in on the Obi-Wan series and having a great freaking time returning to these iconic characters. In fact, we've partnered once again with MobiFox this week to show you guys their dope new Star Wars smartwatch band line. And once again, we're gonna give a couple of these away to 2 of you lovely people. So make sure to stick around and check those out in a few minutes. But now let's see how Miles Morales became Wolverine. Starts off in Atlanta, Georgia in the year 1981, where we see pictures of missing kids on newspapers, milk cartons, and throughout the city. Meanwhile, a news anchor is narrating the city's crisis of missing children continues. At least 3 more children have gone missing in the last 2 weeks. At this time, police have no leads as the community demands action. No one knows who's taking the children of the city, what's happening to them, or when this crisis will end. And with this narration, we get a close-up of Miles Morales with a panel of bone claws coming out of his knuckles. We then see Miles sitting on his bed staring at his hands, knowing something in him is changing. He walks into the kitchen to tell his mom something is going on with his hands, but she says, "Can we talk later? Grading papers right now." He then walks down the hall to his dad saying, "Dad, my hands are," as we see Miles' dad arguing with his brother Aaron, who's asking for help so he doesn't spend the rest of his life in jail. But Miles' dad refuses. Now us Marvel fans know that Aaron, Miles' uncle, is the Prowler, at least in the normal continuity. In any case, as Miles is trying to get his father's attention, as he's currently arguing with his brother, his dad turns around saying, "Go away, Miles, I'm dealing with your uncle." Miles, defeated, says, "Yeah, okay. See ya." He leaves the house to take a walk staring at his hands, and as Miles is walking down the street, some creep in a VW van spots Miles walking alone and turns around to kidnap him. We then see a panel of 2 cops breaking the bad news to Miles' parents. The book then jumps to Rhinelander, Wisconsin in the year 2022 as we see Miles, now Wolverine, being attacked by several Sentinels. One of the Sentinels says, "Do not move, mutant, you are wanted for the murder of Senator Drexel Walsh. Surrender without incident." But Miles Wolverine is obviously not gonna surrender and starts slashing into the Sentinels, destroying all 4 of them. As captions of Miles says, "Years now, decades, I've just wanted to go away. I just want to be left alone, but they won't stop hunting me, and I won't stop hating them." We are then taken to a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier where we see a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent named Agent J talking to director Malcolm Colcord. If you don't know, the director, as he goes by, is a villain who played a major role in Wolverine's life during Weapon X. Agent J then says, "I see that the Sentinels are useless." The director responds, "They serve a purpose. They let you get a look at this particular mutant. What it could do. It looks young and innocent, doesn't it? That's the thing about evil. It arrives in a form that is pleasing, sometimes even familiar. Don't be fooled by its appearance. That creature is a monster. How do you feel about monsters, Agent J?" Who replies, "Got no use for them." The director says, "And what have you spent your life doing, Agent J?" And Agent J replies, "Getting rid of monsters." The director then says, "Well, that little Wolverine is a monster. It slaughtered Senator Walsh, his wife, and his child. So how about you go kill that thing?" Agent J responds, "Yeah, how about I do that?" Now, before we see if Agent J can make good on that, we want to thank MobiFox for sponsoring today's episode and sending over their new line of Star Wars smartwatch bands for us to show you guys. Last time, MobiFox sent over several of their Marvel branded smartwatch bands, and we seriously love them all. Well, these Star Wars bands are no different. This time, MobiFox sent over one of their Mandalorian smartwatch bands, one of their Boba Fett bands, their 3D Rebel and Stormtrooper bands, which are amazing by the way, and of course, these dope Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader lightsaber bands. No joke, all of these are freaking great, and they have a ton more to choose from in their overall Star Wars line. All officially licensed by Lucasfilm, and with so many of us wearing smartwatches these days, like my Apple Watch, MobiFox gives Star Wars fans a great way to rock your favorite designs from a galaxy far, far away. But beyond Star Wars, MobiFox has bands with some of the biggest brands in pop culture and geekdom, including DC, Stranger Things, Harry Potter, Rick and Morty, The Witcher, and a lot more. MobiFox smartwatch bands fit all Apple Watch sizes, Samsung Fitbit, and other watches that use a 22mm pin. And they also have a line of premium leather bands if you want to take things up a notch. To pile on the awesome, each band also comes with 20 free custom watch faces to fully trick out your smartwatch with the brand you choose, including a new Kenobi watch face collection with scenes from the series. You can find MobiFox smartwatch bands available now at mobifox.com and on Amazon. And if you use our coupon code VARIANT15 on the MobiFox website, you'll get 15% off your entire order. So go check them out at mobifox.com. And once again, we're going to send the person with the top comment for for this episode one of these Moby Fox Star Wars bands. So drop the best line you've got down in the comments. Now let's see what happens on the next page of What If Miles Morales issue 2. After Agent J threatens to kill Miles, we see him flying in his armor before landing right next to Wolverine, saying, "Turn around," but Wolverine just looks over his shoulder saying, "Get lost." Agent J responds, "I don't care if you look like a child. Turn around." Wolverine tells him, "I'm not a child, and you should have gotten lost," as he lunges toward Agent J to impale him with his adamantium claws. But his claws shatter on Agent J's armor, as Agent J uppercuts him and says, "The suit's adamantium, dumbass, and it's better than yours." Wolverine narrates, "The assassins they send keep getting tougher, faster, more violent, and I keep not giving a crap." Except it does not say crap, but hey, we try to keep things family friendly around here. Anyway, Wolverine tries to attack Agent J again, but J just grabs his fist and shatters his other set of adamantium claws. And it doesn't end there. Agent J then punches right through Wolverine's stomach, but Miles isn't giving up, as he says, "Gonna have to do better than that," while holding his stomach. Agent J simply responds, "I will," as he punches Wolverine with an electrically charged fist in the face, shattering his jawbone. Agent J then looks at the now unmasked Wolverine saying, "God, Miles?" And a bloody defeated Miles Morales, Wolverine looks up saying, "Who the hell are you?" Agent J takes off his mask and says, "Miles, it's me, your father," giving us a real Darth Vader Luke Skywalker moment. Agent J then bends down and embraces Miles, with Miles saying, "Dad, you did this to me? You made me into a freak? You told me to go away." Miles' father says, "I never meant for you to," but Miles interrupts, "You let them take me. You let them turn me into this. And you never came to find me." His father says, "That's not true, Miles. I spent my life trying to find you, hunting the monster that took you from us. But I turned so bitter, I drove away your mother. I tried to fight monsters, but a monster is what I've become." At this point, a hologram of the director shows up telling Miles' father, "You didn't become a monster, Jeff. A monster is what I've made you." And then says to Miles, "That healing factor of yours, you haven't aged a day. You remember me, Miles? I didn't think I was anything to you, just a guard at the facility where you were kept." Miles says, "Facility? Say what it was. It was a torture hole. You grabbed children off the streets and turned us into experiments." As we learn that the director and his colleagues are the ones who stole Miles and the other missing children to experiment on them at the Weapon X program. We then get a flashback of Miles escaping the Weapon X facility after they laced his skeleton with adamantium. As we see, he looks almost identical to how Logan looked when he escaped the Weapon X program. After the flashback, Miles continues to say in the present, "I'd been kidnapped, tortured. I just wanted to be free." The director responds, "And I was just doing my job. Both of us were cogs in a wheel. They made you into a freak and you made me into this. You took everything from me." As the director's face is revealed and we see Miles had disfigured his face when escaping Weapon X. He continues to say, "After what you did to me, my wife, she wouldn't touch me. My children think I'm an animal. You took them from me. At the end of the day, all we have is family. Now I've got nothing. And if you won't do it for me, Jeff, your family will." And out of nowhere, we see Aaron Morales jump in, revealing that he's this reality's Sabretooth. While he says to Jeff, "What's up, bro?" Sabretooth walks over to Miles saying, "Hey Miles, guess I wasn't the only freak in the family. Want me to finish him for you, Colcord?" Who replies, "If you'd please." Aaron then lifts up Miles while Jeff says, "Don't." But Aaron asks, "Isn't that what I said to you? Don't let me go to prison. Don't let me rot in a cell. I begged you, and you didn't lift a finger. Colcord's the one who gave me a second chance, not you. And if you didn't care about our family, why should I care about yours?" As he goes in for the death blow on Miles. But Jeff jumps to save his son, and as the two brothers are fighting, we see Miles on his knees as his bone claws come ripping through his knuckles. Which I should note, he has 4 on each hand, not 3 like Logan Wolverine. Anyway, after this, he impales Sabretooth from behind and starts slashing him over and over. Picking up his dad's sword, Miles is about to deliver the final blow when his father stops him saying, "Miles, don't kill him." Jeff looks up at Miles saying, "Look at all of us. Look at what we are. Nothing but monsters trapped in the past we can't let go of. It has to stop, Miles. It can't go on like this. Please." And with that, Miles retracts his claws and goes to pick up his father. Jeff then says, "Never got to tell you goodbye." Miles replies, "Not now. Don't leave me now." His father continues to say, "It's all right. Knowing you're alive, find your mother. Tell her I'm sorry. Miles, you'll never be a monster as long as you choose good over bad, love over hate, and always, always be my son." These are his final words as he dies in Miles' arms. On the next page, we see Miles has buried his father, with the director saying, "You can't hide from me, Wolverine." Miles replies, "Not trying to hide. Not anymore. I'll find you, and when I do," but the director cuts him off saying, "You're alone. You've got no one. Me, I've got an army, and we're coming to kill you." As Miles walks away, a voice says, "Miles Morales, my name is Genki Lee. You may call me Professor X. And we have a proposition for you." As we see several X-Men behind Professor X, all there to recruit Miles. And for the big Miles Morales fans out there, you know it's crazy that Genki Lee is Professor X in this reality, because Lee, in the main continuity, is Miles Morales' best friend, along with the first person that Miles told his secret identity to. He's essentially essentially Ned from the MCU. But there you have it, guys. What if Miles Morales became Wolverine? I personally enjoyed this issue. I thought it was a fun take on the character. I'm always a fan of these what if type stories, and I love how this one really focused on his relationships with his father and uncle. His dad Jeff working for the people that turned him into this monster, and his uncle Aaron being Sabretooth were both fun twists. But what did you guys think of the issue? Let us know in the comments. And remember, the top 2 comments will receive a Star Wars smartwatch band by MobyFox. So comment and share away. And that brings today's episode to a close. But if you enjoyed today's episode, check out this one right here. And if you like all of our content, like, subscribe, and comment, you know what to do. But other than that, I'll see you all next time when I talk about all things comics.